Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Dawn and this is Dawn Does Keto.
And my name is Mike.
This channel is all about my accountability and my journey on the ketogenic diet. Today we're talking all things Keto-Pa-Lou-Za.
I don't know if you can see it, but there it is.
We've been home for a week now, which is just crazy that it's already been a week.
It was a long weekend for Keto-Pa-Lou-Za, but it was a longer week, and I mean, it's like, it's gone. It's over. It's just zipped right by. So
in this video, we just kind of want to go through the entire weekend and the process with you. If you weren't there, so you can kind of get an idea of what it's like. Hopefully you can go next year. We're hoping to have at least 100, 120 more people there next year. So if you weren't there, you missed out. It was a great event.
And let me start this too by saying this. So this weekend was not only Keto-Pa-Lou-Za for us, but it was also a pre-celebration of my lovely wife, Dawn, of Dawn Does Keto, for her birthday, which happens to be today. The day that we're actually filming this is her 50th birthday. That's right, she turns the big 50. I know you can't tell by looking, because look at her, she's so smoking hot. But okay, so it was a combination deal for us. It was Keto-Pa-Lou-Za. It was celebration of her birthday in the sense that this is what she wanted to do.
This is what I wanted for my birthday.
And then it was also kind of like a mini vacation for us, where we were getting away for a while. We spent time in Louisville. We did some things outside of the Keto-Pa-Lou-Za family, but we'll get into that as we go.
Let me just preface this by saying that the entire weekend the weather was absolutely perfect.
Beautiful, beautiful weather. Unbelievable weather.
It's funny that the Weathers put on an event where we had great weather. And I don't know if you get that.
Yeah. Nice. Never thought about that until you just said that.
We got up Thursday and we got on the road. It was, again, just a really nice drive. We didn't have any problems or issues.
No, we hit one little traffic snag all the way. You're talking northeast Ohio to northern Kentucky. Yeah, we only had like that one little, and it only lasted about maybe 5 to 7 minutes.
Really, really smoothly.
Yeah, so it was very good.
So we got down there. We got checked into our hotel. Again, no issues. Beautiful hotel. Beautiful. The Galt House was just wonderful.
There's one thing about the Galt House, though, that we weren't real fond of, if we have to be honest about this.
What?
So they have this security measure that they use in their elevators, right? You can go from the ground floor to the 4th floor free, meaning you just hit the button and go. But if you go from the 4th floor higher, and I think there was 25 floors total, the 25th floor being a restaurant, if I'm not mistaken. But if you went anywhere above floor 4, you had to use your room key. So you had to pull your room key out,
to allow you to the upper floor's access.
Yeah. First time we got on there, they didn't tell us that. So we
there
get on the
was
elevator.
a sign in the elevator. We just didn't see it.
Yeah, we get in the elevator, right? And we're used to just banging the button and going. And we hit the button.
And we just sat there.
And the door closed, and we just sat there. We didn't move. And nothing happened. And we were in there for like, I don't know, a minute, maybe a minute and a half. I'm claustrophobic. My biggest fear in life is being trapped in an elevator, and here we are, and I'm having a panic attack inside. I mean, it wasn't,
He thought the elevator was broken, so that really made him really panic.
Because now I don't want to be trying to go up and down. We were on the 17th floor.
We finally got the doors to open, and we just got off the elevator, and then he was like, I'm not getting back on that elevator.
No, it took a while. Our room was on the 17th floor. I was ready to walk.
Yeah, he was like, I'm just going to walk. And I'm like, no, I am not walking. I'm sorry. I know that we're supposed to be healthy and all, but I'm not walking to the 17th floor.
We got it to work, and it wasn't an issue.
Yeah, we finally figured it out.
But it's just a little difference than what we're used to on elevators. So.
But overall, the hotel was spectacular.
Yeah, it was great.
Autumn had put on a small dinner on Thursday night. It was like a VIP dinner type thing. We were invited to that, and it was, I keep saying wonderful, but it's like, I keep using the same word.
It was an icebreaker to the weekend, to start the weekend off. Again, not everybody was invited. I don't know how that was determined.
But it was a buffet-style dinner.
Yeah, they served dinner. It was a buffet-style dinner. It was a small, intimate group of people, very friendly, and at least, for Dawn and I, and of course I can't speak for her, but I'm not as familiar with all the people that are involved, right? She's watching YouTube channels, she's making connections, talking to people. I'm not doing that. And so...
But they were still very welcoming to everybody.
But you wouldn't have known that when I walked in. It's like they welcomed me with open arms. They knew who I was because, I make this video, right? So... if it wasn't for me, I mean. But anyway, yeah, so they were a great bunch of people. They welcomed us in, and it was just really nice.
So Richard was almost solely responsible for the food, and let me just tell you, the food was fantastic. I've said this a million times, but I've never ever gone to a buffet where I was able to eat everything on the buffet.
Yep.
I could eat anything I wanted, whereas most buffets that we go to are not keto friendly. There may be one choice of a meat, and then there's pasta, potatoes, rice, a lot of sides,
a lot
and
of
things
high carb sides.
Right, that we can't eat. Whereas this entire buffet was all meat. They had hamburgers, they had sausage, they had bacon, they had pulled pork, it was like a sliced brisket. They also had, someone had made chili. It was a keto chili. Then Jen Delaney had made several keto chow cheesecakes that were there, just different flavors. So it was just so nice to be able to just go down the line and literally be able to take everything that was on the buffet.
Buffalo chicken dip and
with
pork rinds, and that's one of our favorite snacks. So I mean, that was another nice thing to have.
I haven't eaten that much in a very long time, and I was so stuffed when we left there. I woke up at like 5:20 in the morning on Friday morning, and I was still full from Thursday night. It was so good, and just so good to finally meet some of those people, and in a little bit of a more intimate setting. So we got up Friday, and we had some free time prior to registration. Registration didn't start until 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So Mike and I decided to go walk around downtown, and we just wanted to check out Louisville. And
well, and like we said earlier, you know, it was keto. I mean, that's the reason we went there. But it was also, for us, it was a getaway time for us to be together, do some other things. And, you know, I don't know the history of Louisville, but I know there's a few things downtown we learned that are great sightseeing places to go. And one of those was the Louisville Slugger Factory Museum, which we'll talk about in a minute. Muhammad Ali was from Louisville, so there's a Muhammad Ali museum there, which we did not go to, and I kind of regret.
Well, we really only had that little bit of free time, and we chose to go to the Louisville Slugger Museum and Factory. I'm not a huge baseball fan. I enjoy baseball. We just went to a baseball game not too long ago, and our Guardians are doing very, very well. They're in the playoffs right now, actually playing today.
Exactly, right now.
You know, we like baseball. We just don't follow when we're not huge fans. But that being said, just the history and the process of making a bat and what goes into it was just very interesting.
Well, you know, it's funny you say the whole process. The old style process was doing it by hand, right? And they told us that. Now everything's automated. It hasn't been automated that long. The whole process to actually make a bat's about 30 seconds. So it's not really a long, drawn-out process. They take a block of wood and they whittle it down.
There's a lot going into choosing the wood.
But the wood process itself, amazing.
The finishing, like painting them and stuff. There's a lot of
that all takes longer than the actual forming of the bat itself.
But it was a really cool experience. So we did that on Friday. Then we proceeded back to the hotel. We went for registration. And at registration, when you picked up your stuff, you got this shirt. And it does have everybody's name. I don't know if you can.
Oh, yeah, you can see them.
Everybody's name.
So you see Dawn does keto, and then
Mike is
keto flexible.
Keto flexible. So everybody got a shirt. You could get it in red or black, and your name was on the back. And then everybody also got one of these. It's a lanyard. It says Keto-Pa-Lou-Za on it, and then
has our names.
Your name and where you're from
on the front
is on
and
it.
The back.
Yep. So you got this cute lanyard.
Oh, yeah, I'll put mine on too.
I'm starting to feel like we're back there again.
Really?
And then everybody got a swag bag. If you want to pull that over here, I'm going to show you what that looks like. And we're going to kind of just go through this very quickly and just show you all of the different things that come in the swag bag.
So, you know,
because it's amazing.
It's funny because we've never been to Keto-Pa-Lou-Za. We've seen and heard about other conventions, and there's always, it's about advertising, right? It's about product placement and people trying to get their name out there. There was a lot of companies that donated products for this. And this swag bag is loaded.
Yeah,
and
this is not vendors that were there. This is just companies that donated products.
Because the keto industry is
we're not going to go through all the details on it. We're just literally going to show you what's in the swag bag because we don't have time for that. Baked cheddar, better than good.
They're like Cheetos.
We got a beef stick from Mission Meats.
Can't go wrong with beef sticks. Those are fantastic if you watch Break Down the Box.
Better Than Good Foods, another protein puffs. Those were the cheddar ones. These are the cinnamon roll. Ella's Flats. It's a savory seed crisp. Big Fork, another meat stick. We got Moon Cheese. Keto Chow. Keto Chow sponsored Keto-Pa-Lou-Za, so of course they were there in full force.
Yep. Fantastic products if you haven't tried them.
And fantastic people.
Oh yeah,
just
absolutely.
The people who run and own Keto Chow are just amazing.
The best.
We have a Keto Crisp bar, which is almond butter and chocolate chip. We have Gourmet Walnuts Hawaiian Barbecue by Crazy Go Nuts.
These are amazing, by the way. Just so you know, I'm not a big walnut fan, but you put a little of this barbecue on them, and they're still clean. Wow.
Noosh chocolate chip pancake mix. We have Keho, is that what it's called? It's a pizza to go mini meal minus the carbs.
You tried this, I did not, so you can tell the fine folk.
It was okay. I'm not a big fan of pizza flavored things, so you know, it was alright.
It's either the original or it's just not.
We have Flock chicken chips.
We both got bags, so we both got every item that you see here. I tried these out of my bag. When you open the bag up, you get punched in the face with the aroma of the chicken skins.
It's real gamey
and it is, and it just knocks you out. But once you get over that and try them, they're pretty darn good. But
they're soybean
without
oil.
getting into the whole thing, yeah, they're not the cleanest.
Yeah. Only 3 ingredients, but 1 ingredient soybean oil, so that's terrible. We got Chalk Zero double dipped almonds.
Fantastic.
Chalk Zero always has good stuff.
I ate the whole bag in one sitting.
I had a couple
right,
of them.
But
you
I mean,
eat all of them.
But I mean, you're not supposed to do that. You know, the serving size on this is probably like 2 or 3.
We have Fat Foods almond flour crackers.
I ate those. You know, there's a theme going on here. I ate just about everything that's coming out of the bag.
Not everything. So we have a Monk Pack Keto Granola Bar. It's blueberry, almond, vanilla. And I don't think everybody's bags were identical.
No, but ours so far are pretty similar.
Yeah, it was a lot of similar stuff, but there were probably a few things that might be different.
Pretty much the same. There's advertisements, coupons, stuff like that as well.
Yeah. Fully green, riced broccoli and cauliflower. Some people just got cauliflower, but I'm excited to try it. Skinnies, the Baja Margarita cocktail mixers. Glee Natural Chewing Gum Wintergreen. We got a Raw Rev Glow Peanut Butter and Dark Chocolate and Sea Salt Bar. We got a Lemon Blueberry IQ Bar. Lastly, we got Devotion Nutrition. It's a sweet potato pie, like protein powder supplement. I don't like sweet potatoes. So my son actually took, he's going to take this and he took the other one. And
we will give this to our son. He'll eat a lot more than we will.
He eats just about anything. There's some flyers. There's coupons for free moon cheese, which I'm super excited about. So I got to go to the store and get 2 bags of that. That's everything in the bag. It was pretty substantial. A lot of treats and snacks.
No, very nice. It was a very nice selection of products.
So that was it for check-in. I think from 3 to 6 is actually when that was.
I believe you're right.
And then there was a meet and greet that started at 7 o'clock. And when you went in, they gave you a puzzle piece. So you had to go around and find other people.
There were 9 total pieces to the puzzle.
And you had to be able to get together with other people and find other people to complete a puzzle. So you had 1 piece and you had to find 8 other people that could complete your puzzle. We kind of jumped in on that real quick, and my team,
which I was not a part of.
Yeah, my team took first place. So we got these lovely little
first place medals
and a little goodie bag that had a blender bottle in it. It had a hip sack in it, this Watch Autumn Keto bracelet and bottle opener. So that was kind of cool. Just another like little icebreaker, and it gets you to talking to other people. And then after that, on Friday evening, we participated shortly in Hungry Heath's live video, but the group Keto-Pa-Lou-Za was doing karaoke. So we went up and did the live for just a short time, and then we went down for the last part of karaoke, which was just fun to watch everybody. Everyone was having a really good time. Very casual, like laid back.
Again, it's more of an icebreaker situation. I think Friday that was the gear.
Yeah.
Just to try to get people comfortable we were pretty outgoing. Like, we were going up to people, we were introducing ourselves, we were making ourselves known, trying not to be, not to feel uncomfortable. There were people that came in that, they would sit down at the table or something and kind of...
No wallflowers are allowed at Keto Conference.
No, and so we really tried to be all-inclusive just because that's what we're there for. We're all there for the same exact reason.
Yeah.
And so to try to make everybody feel more at home.
We all have keto in common, if nothing else. So Saturday morning we woke up and it was speakers, like starting at 9 a.m. and went till 5. Our very first speaker was Joe and Rachel from Two Crazy Ketos. As you sat down, you had we got these nice little you probably can't see this on here because it's very faint, but it says Keto-Pa-Lou-Za on there. You got some pens and you got little signs you could hold up so when the speakers were talking you could be like, that is true, that is facts.
Point relevant to whatever the speaker was talking about.
Yeah, so you had these little signs, so that was kind of cool. So we listened to speakers all day. I mean, we did have a lunch break and stuff, but the speakers were fantastic.
Yeah, really great bunch of speakers.
We started with, like I said, Joe and Rachel from Two Crazy Ketos, and we ended with Dr. Barry. He was the last speaker in the evening at 5 o'clock. Everybody in between. We had Ben Azadi, Nurse Cindy. I mean, obviously, if you really wanted to know, you could go back and look. And I will have pictures in my video of all the speakers that were there. Just a great time.
A lot of information, and it was presented in a way that you could understand. Because there was personal stories, but then there was also medical fact. And sometimes when you get into the medical stuff, you're like, oh great, it goes right over your head. Yeah. But it wasn't like that at all. It was presented in a very easy to understand way. And let me just tell you, I mean, again, Dawn has done a lot of work, a lot of research, a lot of investigating, if you will. I've sat back and listened to what she's had to say, but a lot of that information was reiterated to me again from healthcare professionals and people who have been in this lifestyle, who have changed their life.
Right.
And it's not a fad, it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. And I love the analogy that Dr. Barry used, the PhD, proper human diet.
Right.
That is the key. That's the key to this whole thing.
Another big takeaway for me during those speakers was Robert Sykes spoke. He is the owner of Keto Brick. He's Keto Savage. One of the things that he said is he would rather see you 90% 100% of the time than 100% 10% of the time. And that was a big takeaway for me because that's kind of how I've lived my keto lifestyle so far. I'm not 100% all the time. I try very hard to stay around that 90%.
Right.
And so for me, that was a huge takeaway because that's the way I try to live this lifestyle, and that's kind of what my channel is about. It's not about perfection.
We can't achieve perfection anyway, no matter how hard we try, and you should always strive for that. But yeah, I mean, that's setting yourself up for failure anyway, even if you try to do that. But 90% is very attainable, and yeah, that was I forgot that quote until you showed that.
Yeah. That was, for me, that was a big takeaway.
For me, again, and this is the thing about keto, and I've learned this too, is first of all, keto is pliable. In other words, or flexible. I mean, that's the term that I've kind of coined, but it's because it's not the same for everyone. The results won't be the same.
Dawn Keto and Mike Keto are two
totally different things. Because I'm in a different place than Dawn is. You might be in a different places than your spouse or your friend or a family member.
And what's keto for me isn't always keto for somebody else.
Right.
So.
And the results won't be the same, even if you were. I mean, we could do the exact same thing, and it's not necessarily going to give us the same results. That's what I liked about it. Even though I am not strict keto, a lot of people talk about strict keto. I'm not strict keto. Never claimed to be. But you're not made to feel like you're an outcast or
you're any less.
That you're any less because you don't have to follow keto that strict, or because some of the things that we've cut out of our diet, if I were to eat something like that, for example, like if I were to drink a Coke, it doesn't affect me the same way it affects other people, and so it gives me that flexibility to be able to maybe enjoy one every once in a while.
And jumping ahead, so after the speakers were done on Saturday night, we went with a group of about 55 people to Brasario's, a Brazilian steakhouse where they come around and cut the meat at your table. And we had a group that went and all met down there, and Mike did have a Coke at dinner, and nobody made him feel like, oh, you can't be drinking that because that's not keto.
No, and we talked about it, the people that we were sitting with, we were talking about that and stuff. And it's funny because, I wrestled with it. Not because I feel badly about doing it, but because I was trying to be respectful of everybody else.
Right. Right.
I'm sure that one of those other people sitting with us would have loved to have had a Coke. You know what I mean? I came to the conclusion that for me, I can get away with that. I can do that. It's not going to have a negative impact on me. Health-wise, I mean, yeah, it's going to raise my blood sugar a little bit or whatever. But I mean, I'm not going to walk away from that feeling like, oh gosh, I can't believe I just did that. But some people, they don't have a choice. I mean, it's just something they can't have. That's what's beautiful.
Soda, pop, whatever you call it, is not a trigger for me. So I've never had an issue with it. It's not something that I struggle with not having. I've always been a water drinker anyway. It's not an issue for me. Every time we go out to eat, I drink water. Right. I always have. So that was what we did on Saturday night, which again, fabulous food. I've never been to a Brazilian steakhouse. That was the first time for me.
And we walked because again, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful evening. It was only like 2, maybe 3 blocks from our hotel.
Right, it was close.
The group of us, not the whole group.
There was maybe 10 of us.
We had 10 or 15 of us, and we just walked together down to the restaurant.
Yep.
Got our table, we sat down, we had dinner. It was fantastic.
Yeah, and the food was really, really good. And that was about it for Saturday, right?
I mean, it sounds like, that was a lot, but it is. I mean, you're listening to speakers, they each got about an hour. Right?
Yeah, and then
45 minutes
you
to
have
an
a
hour.
lunch break in there.
There was a lunch break in there that we did not use. So the vendors that were there that were set up, we went in and we did some shopping right before the speakers. We talked to Joe and
Rachel during that break.
It gave you some time to talk to some of these speakers up close and
so it's
personal.
Kind of what we did. We just kind of didn't do lunch.
No.
We were saving ourselves for the Brazilian steakhouse.
I mean, we probably were
eating all that meat.
And that's a lot.
Yeah.
And it piles up fast too. If you've never been to a Brazilian steakhouse and you have one in your area, check them out.
So then Sunday, we got up and we got all of our things together so that we could check out of the hotel before the brunch. There was a brunch in the morning at 11 o'clock. So we did all that, got everything taken to our car. Again, everything just went so smooth. It was just, I feel like we were never rushed.
No. Don't forget, there was also the bridge walk. I'm not sure what they called that.
Yeah, they did a walk on Sunday morning, but Mike and I did not participate in that. I'm not a morning person, and I think you had to get up at like 6:30. I think it started at like 7:30 in the morning. And
it was like a 2, 3, and 4 mile walk.
Yeah, you could choose. Yeah. And the people that did that said it's wonderful. The scenery's beautiful.
Where we were at is like Kentucky, Ohio, and Indiana, right? All converging right there. So if you do the long walk, I think you end up going through all 3 states.
That I'm not sure about because I didn't hear that much about it. But we did forego the walk just because sleep is my thing. And then we went down for the breakfast. And oh my gosh, again, guys, I mean, Autumn just put on a fantastic event. The breakfast was phenomenal. They had sausage, bacon, eggs, some berries with some whipping cream, cauliflower casserole of some kind. I'm not even exactly sure what was in that, but again, just the food the whole weekend.
And there was tons of it. So like you could go up for like seconds, thirds, and they said, look, we've paid for this. Eat it.
It was just top notch. The food was all delicious. The restaurant did a great job. Autumn and her team did a great job just coordinating it all and making sure that everyone had everything that they could possibly need. So Sunday's just a wrap up of the weekend and like your takeaways, but there was a little surprise in there.
Yes, and what a surprise. What a surprise it was.
So last year...
I was going to say, hopefully you preface it with
last year, Beth, who is part of the WAC family, and her boyfriend at the time, LeVar, were at Keto-Pa-Lou-Za, and he got up in front of everybody and proposed to her in front of everyone. Right. They took it up a notch this year, and they actually surprised everyone. No one knew this was going to happen. They got married on Sunday.
On the keto stage.
Yeah. Autumn is ordained. And so she actually performed the ceremony. It was so funny because at the VIP dinner on Thursday night, we ran into Beth and LeVar. And as soon as I saw them, I was like, oh my gosh, you guys were the couple that got engaged last year. So we got to talking to them about different things, camping and whatnot. And I said, oh, so have you guys set a date? Are you getting married soon? And Beth said, oh, we're getting married before the end of the year. That was her answer, which she wasn't lying. And I was thinking, oh my goodness. I said, it's October. You guys are like running out of real estate here. Like you need to get on it. And we kind of laughed about it or whatever. Well,
had no idea.
No idea.
No idea.
Yeah, they were actually going to get married. Yep. So that was very, very cool. And then again, it was just the wrap up and pictures and you know, saying goodbye to
emails
everybody.
And cell phone numbers and YouTube channels to make sure we could all stay connected.
Everyone just finding ways to stay connected until we meet again. Yeah, so that was it, guys. It was just a really, really great event. I'm super excited that I was able to be there. I'm so happy to have met the people that I've met there. Me and Maitreya, who is also Radical Geek on YouTube, have been planning over the last couple months a small meetup for people who live in Ohio and the surrounding areas. And that's actually coming up on October 15th. We do have a couple more spots. If you see this and you want to send me an email right away at dawndoesketo@gmail.com, we will probably be able to fit you in. But we have a little bit of swag we're giving away. We have a lot of giveaways, actually. A lot of companies have donated really great giveaways. And Sharon Holloway, who's also a member of the WAC family, has donated bags with our Keto Ohio logo embroidered on the front. So for our first little get together, I think it's going to be great. And I'm just super excited about it because several people from Keto-Pa-Lou-Za are already going to be there and we're already like, hey, I can't wait to see you again. Yeah. It's going to be super exciting. It's right smack dab basically in the center of Ohio. If you feel like you're within driving distance and you're interested, that's October 15th. Please send me an email and I will do my best to get you the information.
And just for those of you wondering, and I'm sure that this question is being thought of right now as we speak, Dawn, is Mike going to be there? No, I will not be there. That is by choice. I wanted to give my spot up for somebody else who might not be able to attend otherwise because it is a very small gathering. So no, I will not be there. But thank you for asking, and I promise you will see more of my lovely face in videos to come.
I'm going to roll that beautiful bacon footage. Okay guys, here we are. We just got done helping with my father-in-law and we're getting ready to hit the road. We're leaving Ohio. As you can see from that video, it was just a great time. All that being said, this week was kind of like back to reality, and so I want to talk about my struggles and successes for the week. It was a really good week, actually. I think we went out twice. We got home late Monday. Tuesday night, we went out for wings. I just had been wanting wings, so we just decided to go out.
Surprisingly, there were no wings at Keto-Pa-Lou-Za, now that you mention it. There were no wings.
A lot of beef. A lot of people were doing beef, butter, bacon, and eggs.
Sure. But I mean, wings...
Chicken's not usually at the top of the
Wings
the
are
list,
one of our favorite meals, so now that we talk about it, it's... Yeah, we didn't
But that's probably why I was craving wings, because I had so much beef and stuff over the week. Different. I really wanted wings. So we went out Tuesday night for wings. And then the rest of the week was really good. And then today is my birthday. First thing I ate this morning was ice cream. I had some Rebel ice cream. I just had been wanting it over the last few days and I hadn't had any, so I had ice cream for breakfast for my birthday. And then we had a little event that we went to this morning, and afterwards we went to IHOP for breakfast. I just had it was like a chicken fajita omelet.
Minus the pancake batter that's added to the eggs.
Right. I did not get that. So it was all clean. It was just a couple of veggies and some chicken and cheese and eggs. And then I had a side of sausage. Those are the only 2 days this week I went out to eat. Stayed keto all week, of course. We were keto all through Keto-Pa-Lou-Za.
Yeah, it's funny because I'm not always strictly keto, and I was for that weekend. That entire weekend.
Other than the pop.
Oh yeah, other than I did have the pop at dinner on Saturday, but Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. When Keto-Pa-Lou-Za was over on Sunday, we weren't done. We still had a whole nother day left of our vacation aspect of it, which we did.
We made a pit stop on the way home.
We made a pit stop on the way home, but we were keto all the way through that, and I felt amazing. And it reiterates for me, when I have those moments of weakness or I go off plan for a meal, I mean, I don't feel it
right away. It's when you've done it
but it doesn't hit me even real hard. It's like a gradual thing, but I feel it.
Yeah.
I could totally tell I was eating healthy over the weekend because I felt amazing. And I slept great, and I think part of that was the hotel beds were good. Amazing.
With that, I did get up this morning and I got on the scale and I weighed in at... You gonna help me out here? 175 again.
So
Let's keep in mind.
You didn't gain or lose?
Nope, I stayed the same. Okay. Yeah. Let's keep in mind that I weighed in on Tuesday when we got home, and I weighed in today on Saturday, so it's only been like 4 days. Like, nothing's really happened in those 4 days.
Right.
After this, I should be able to just like get back on track and be weighing in on my normal days now that traveling is over with. So
I'm in the same boat. I did the same thing. I've gotten off track with my weigh-ins every week, so I stepped on the scale today too just to see. My successes and struggles aren't as important as yours, so we don't have to go into that.
It's not about you.
That's right. It's not. It's about you.
Yeah. Especially today.
Yeah.
And speaking of going out, we are going out to eat tonight for my birthday. I'm going to a pumpkin farm with the girls in my family tomorrow, so I will update you next week on how I did for those two things. And next weigh we should be back on track. Weigh-in days and all that stuff. I think that's it. Sorry if this just seemed like a lot of rambling, but it was so exciting.
When you get it all edited, it'll look so perfect. They'll think we had this all planned out.
No. We've restarted this video 3 times, just so you know.
Well, we had costume changes, wardrobe malfunctions. I mean, you name it, we've had it. But you know what?
Lighting issues. Right, it's just so, you know what? If it's not perfect, it's fine.
But it's her birthday. We're not supposed to work on her birthday. And look at us. We're working for you. Why? Because we care about you. So we had the grandbabies last night. Yeah, they stayed the night with us. Normally, I mean, we love our granddaughters. Love them. They are the best in the whole world. Yes. They make turning 50 worth turning 50. And anytime we've had them stay with us, they've been well behaved. Not that they were misbehaving.
They've always been good sleepers. Yes. They are really great kids. But last night, one of them decided they did not want to sleep. So we were up. She was literally up every 10 to 15 minutes.
It was ridiculous.
We'd get her calmed down and we'd walk out of the room and she'd be okay for like 5 or 10 minutes and then all of a sudden she'd start screaming again.
And we're just
this went on for hours.
Now mind you, we're both 50 again. Now we're healthy at 50. energy, but we don't have that kind of
I
energy.
need my sleep. I've told you guys, I like my sleep. We knew we had to get up early this morning for an event. I was just so tired. I finally just picked her up at 1 o'clock in the morning and brought her into bed with us. You know, she
and
slept.
that's a no-no in this household,
Yeah,
but we were tired.
And
we were
she
exhausted.
slept okay at that point, but I was literally like holding her and slept in the same position all night long. And every time she would move, I was like, you know, waking up. Needless to say, it was not a good night's sleep.
No.
So we are planning on taking a nap before we go to dinner tonight.
Yeah,
So
as soon as we're done shooting this video, as you can see, I'm rubbing my eyes already.
I'm already going to
We're
sleep.
taking a nap.
We will see you guys in the next one. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.